Here in Bloomington, Steven-Means, Nathan Baird, Doug Lesmerises. Ohio State beats Indiana 96-2 or whatever it was. Who cares? What do we think of Justin-Fields? Nathan likes particulars. 51-10. Justin-Fields, what's your grade? He was good again. What's your grade?
I guess a C. When you win 51-10, okay, there's not a whole lot you can criticize. He did have 3 touchdowns. Still hasn't been intercepted, although he came close. Threw a third down pass that a lot of teams might have picked off. Threw it behind Chris Olave. He missed Olave twice on third down conversions before finally hit him for that play action touchdown over the top for 37 yards. I just thought it was not a very accurate day. I thought you saw some balls sailing, but something he can learn from. Again, when you've got a team this good in this situation, the best thing about it is you've got a young quarterback who's going to look at that film and hopefully grow over the next 2 weeks going into Nebraska. And yes, I'm looking right past Miami of Ohio.
Hey, take that, Red Hawks. C from Nathan. Steven.
I'm going to go with a C+. I think some of his decision-making was still solid. His execution wasn't necessarily as well. I thought he overthrew some receivers. We had a discussion about it in the press conference on what you thought was an overthrow and what I thought was an overthrow.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, Ryan Day agreed with me. He
did.
said a lot of those deep balls that they should have been caught. Eventually this was going to happen. Like, he's been steadily climbing up the mountain. Eventually he was going to have a little hiccup. I think this is his little hiccup. And if this is his hiccup, I think they're in pretty good shape, but I'm going to give him a C+.
All right, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. But you have something?
I was just saying, I still think, okay, it's a little hiccup, but what I really want to see is adversity. He still hasn't faced adversity. And I would be a little concerned if I'm Ohio State and he hasn't really faced real adversity going into that Nebraska game or going into some of the other bigger games they have later this season.
It's a weird schedule. I mean, this has worked out to be a weird schedule without the big non-conference game. You guys are going to think I'm nuts. I'm giving him an A, and here's why. And I wrote this in my postgame. I thought he felt dangerous today. I almost liked the looseness of it, that like you missed some throws. That felt a little more like gunslingery to me today. That like, well, I missed this throw, but like when he's back there and running around, he felt like if I was a defensive coordinator, I'd be worried about that guy. And I thought last week he was like in control, I'm in control, Justin-Fields, and now I felt he was like a little bit like, what do you got for me, Justin-Fields? I liked it. I liked the vibe of the game, and it's like he's an inch off here, he's an inch off there, and they scored 50. So like I thought this was I want him to be loose, and as much as Ryan Day, and I like this push and pull a little bit, I think Justin-Fields wants to let it rip and be a little loose, and Ryan Day's pulling him back in a little bit, and Justin says, I'm good, and Ryan Day pulls him back. I liked it. Woo!
I don't know if feeling dangerous is the right statement to use there, because the last quarterback who said that
wasn't
so dangerous when he got on the field.
The last quarterback who said that's going to go 12-4 this year. It's all good. Here's the thing. That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Baker Mayfield is dangerous, and when you're dangerous, you're going to have some weird, bad things happen.
But you're straight interceptions?
In a fourth quarter when the game's already over, when you're trying to make a play. I promise you, for Baker Mayfield, it's going to come back on the other end. How do you think you make plays? How do you think you make plays?
We're straying from the point here, but
you make plays by taking risks every now and then, and sometimes you miss, and sometimes you hit, and I want Justin-Field to play a little loose sometimes, and that's why I liked it.
I see what you're saying. It's a valid point, but they don't give A's for potential. They don't give A's for what you should have got on the test. They give A's for the actual questions you got right on the test, and I thought he just missed too many to get an A today.
Nathan, Steven, Doug, see you later for cleveland.com.